Hey, what's going on? This is Tuko with Music ID TV, your home for B2B music news. So is Spotify trying to sidestep labels, and while they're doing it, kind of take business away from companies like TuneCore and DistroKid, because now Spotify is actually offering advances to artists and their managers, upwards of hundreds or tens of thousands of dollars depending on the act, to license their music directly to Spotify. Not exclusively to Spotify, but almost distributing your music instead of through DistroKid or TuneCore, just dealing with Spotify directly. The interesting thing about this is Spotify is not asking for exclusive, and Spotify is not looking to do this with major acts because this can infringe upon their deal that they have with major labels, in which they're not trying to compete with them. So the fact that Spotify is offering this to artists directly is stepping on several toes, not just major labels, and deterring potential artists who might become big one day from wanting to sign to major labels, but maybe even independent acts who now don't have that extra incentive to try and get acts on their labels, because now they can deal with Spotify directly. And this could also be sidestepping, like I mentioned before, some of the distribution companies. I think this is interesting. I see that Spotify is probably going to benefit by not paying 54% of all the revenue from the streams to labels, which is they generally do, and then artists and their managers tend to see 20% of that. And now artists and managers can potentially see 50% of that, and Spotify can pay 4% less and keep 50% of the revenues of the streams. So it seems like something they're rolling out and trying a little bit to see how this really works, or they're trying to plant seeds for what they plan on doing one day. Either way, they might want to be a little careful because labels are kind of hypersensitive about these things. So I'm curious to see how this all is going to work out. But I will say, if you are in one of those situations in which you think Spotify might be interested in your music, it might be worth actually dealing with them to see what you might be able to get out of it. Now, Spotify is not saying that they're going to give you any extra promotion with this based off of the reports. So with that being said, maybe you get a little bit of money and now you're just on Spotify. And I'm not sure who exactly Spotify is looking to do those type of deals with, because apparently they're going to be looking for you to recoup on that money. But also another thing to note is that Spotify is not trying to own the masters, which is a specific thing that they cannot really do to contest with major labels. They can't try and own masters and buy catalogs. So that's another thing to be noted. Do you think that Spotify is actually trying to sidestep labels? And do you think that Spotify will kind of grow with this concept? It could be groundbreaking, but it is some shaky territory. I'm curious to see how labels are going to react to this. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Beyond that, be sure to share with a friend, like, and subscribe for more videos. Don't be afraid to hit the notification button so you can stay informed. We are currently posting 4 news videos per week. Join the sub club, people. Once again, my name is Tuko with Music ID TV, your home for B2B music news. Sayonara.